Guys are making $100,000 in prison in 6 months like it's nothing. Like, I was in the shoe. Everything's concrete. You never see nobody. You don't talk to nobody.
So you never really have human interaction.
No human reaction at all for a long period of time. You hear all the stories talking about all these guys for this day. It's true. I walked into another bathroom that didn't have no doors on it. And dude's got another dude. And I'm just, a lot of it goes on in there.
How are these guys not billionaires when they come out of prison?
A lot of them do. A lot of the guys I've been in feds with are very wealthy when they come out.
What are they doing when they come out?
Like, they're smart, they're well connected.
Part 2 of The Truth Hurts with Jason.
Yep.
All right, so we left off with the banking.
Yes, the banking.
And this card, click something out.
Clickbait.
Yeah, so the whole thing about banking is people don't realize is that you can't just put cash in a bank. They don't want you putting cash
It's
in.
not like
They
movies, show up with a backpack.
No, we did. They would freak out, shut the place down, close the doors, and like count it. And it would take a long time for them to do it, and everybody would freak out. And probably after the second week, they would literally come in, call us in, and then give us a cashier's check, tell us our business
Get the fuck out.
Get out.
Didn't they do a currency transaction report when you're depositing?
Every time. They take your ID,
Yeah.
they do the thing, anything over 10,000, doesn't matter. After a couple weeks, the feds, IRS, somebody contacts them, or the higher ups at they won't ever tell you. You can file everything you want. They're not going to tell you. So we just go to the next bank. Same thing. So we learned through somebody that to help it would to get a bricks truck, have a money truck show up. Because one of the issues we were having at the clinic was a lot of people don't realize you would think the medication would come a different way. It doesn't. FedEx or CVS shows up.
A tote with zip ties.
Well, no. They would literally show up with a FedEx or any kind of shipping. However they did it, the truck would show up and he'd put it on a little dolly and come right through the crowd, and everybody'd be like, you'd see him eye it. So we had to hire security because we're thinking like, dude, why didn't nobody steal any of this? Like, grab it and take off running. Blew my mind. So we needed security for that, and then we had so much money, we were literally covering a table. Like,
Are customers paying in cash?
All cash.
No credit
You guys
cards.
don't take credit cards?
No, we didn't. They didn't want to. We offered it. So then that was another thing during trial was like, oh, look, they don't accept insurance. So after our case, after a few of us went to trial, and that was the big thing, was not accepting insurance, what do you think everybody else started doing?
Taking credit cards?
No.
Insurance.
So
Yeah,
when they
cover
got
their
busted,
own
guess what happened?
Insurance fraud.
There you go. So it saved me from getting another charge.
Well, plus money, then it becomes wire fraud, money laundering,
Yep.
a whole bunch of stack of
So
charges.
so all these other charges. So it's a setup. That's why I said this whole
But-
thing was a setup. From
But
the
my
get-go.
argument is if insurance companies audit claims and they approve it.
Logic doesn't work.
Okay.
It's what can you prove?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all that
called
matters.
conspiracy.
Got it.
It's when two or more people come together talk about committing an unlawful act. So the reason why it's Medicare
And
fraud.
what we're doing right now is discussing what not to do.
Yeah. Is the reason why is because once you have established the drug conspiracy, once they do that, everything else becomes a crime. Doesn't matter if it was done right or not. It's still a crime. It's like money laundering. Do y'all know what money laundering is?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Taking cash that you didn't pay
Illicit
taxes
proceeds
on,
and cleaning
then
it.
you're going to go buy a car, then sell it for cash, go dump it in the bank.
Well, it's taking
Or
illicit
sell it for a
proceeds
check.
and converting it to legitimate
Okay, so
proceeds.
let's make it where people understand. It's taking ill-gotten gains.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take ill-gotten gains and clean it. So people don't realize what money laundering is you can take and make a bunch of dirty money. Okay, if you do it to charity, you can't get charged for money laundering. But as soon as you use that charity as a tax write-off, they're going to get you for money laundering.
And fraud.
So the second one is if you don't spend the money or do nothing with it, it's not money laundering. It's if you go buy a 5-cent piece of gum and you take that 5 cents of gum, now you have something of value. So now you can go sell that thing for 5 cents. But if you never sell it, it's not money laundering. So they hit me for like paying bills, rent, power bill, everything's money laundering because it doesn't matter what you do. All you're taking ill-gotten gains and spending it. That's all it is. It's just spending. People think it's like washing it and doing all this stuff to hide it. No, all it is taking dirty money and spending it. That's the whole logic behind it. That's it. Nothing else. You can go and make dirty money. You do not get money laundering until the day you spend it. You can
So if
buy
you
a
just-
piece
But you
of
have to
gum.
pay taxes on it because it's earned
No,
income.
that's tax fraud. That's different.
I
That's
know
not
what I'm
honest.
saying.
Yeah.
You still have to file taxes on it if you want to be 100% legit.
But no, we did
I
file
guess.
taxes and it still didn't matter. So
Well, the IRS section,
yeah,
not
so
the criminal section.
you can file taxes on dirty money,
You have
money.
to. You have to.
Yeah.
There's actually a section in the
Yeah.
IRS that says
Yep.
undisclosed source.
But in his world, he filed the taxes and he still got fucked.
But that's
Yes.
two different things.
Yeah, I
We're
get
talking
it.
about IRS coming and getting you versus.
But when you were doing it, you didn't even know. You thought you were doing everything on the up and up.
Yes. Nobody understands what money laundering really is. I thought it was like you're going to hide it somewhere, wash it, and doing all this stuff. No, it's just spending it. Like
So if you took all that money in and just put it on a shelf, you're good.
you never get charged for money laundering. But if you spend one penny of it, then they charge all that money dirty.
But then there's
money
other
laundering.
charges you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just
Yeah.
won't get the money laundry charge. You still will get the fraud charge and the whatever charge that they can like.
So you want to hear a funny story? So we had paid our accountants to pay taxes.
I thought you were going to say we paid our cat.
No. So we paid our accountant the money, gave them the money to give to IRS. So they gave it to the IRS. So the DEA put a seize on it and seized the money from the IRS. So then the IRS came after us and was like, hey, we want our money. Now you owe us. And we're like, yeah, but we paid you. Well, the DEA took it. So it's this little game that they played. DEA is like, oh, that's our money. So they're like, okay, here you go. Then they come and do a claim against you.
But were they successful?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, no. I know he got charged.
Got
on
$4.3 million fines.
From the IRS?
No, didn't get it from IRS. The courts gave it to me. So the IRS doesn't, so it's all it is a judgment. It's not even nothing else. So I have no victims, no nothing. It's just a judgment. It's just to keep you from doing anything. And it's only good. So I don't know if you understand civil. So it's only good for 10 years and they have to renew it. So it's after 20 years, it just magically goes away.
What's dischargeable after 20? Right?
Yeah, it's just gone.
Yeah.
Just disappears. But they have to renew it. The feds do that because they assume how much money that you made, what you spent, everything else, and well, we figure he probably has a couple $1 million hidden, so we'll just put a couple $1 million fine on him until, whatever, make his life hard. They have all the tricks. And this is one of the things I tell everybody. How are you going to beat the people that write the laws?
Can change the laws.
Can change the laws, okay? And these are the same people that print the money, write the laws, and bully other countries. How are you going to beat them?
You can't.
You can't.
Bend over.
Well, that's the thing. So one of my tips that I try to tell everybody to this day now is the fact that the best thing you'll hear from anybody dealt with the feds, just get a public defender, don't hire an attorney, and get your best plea deal because you're not going to beat them. I beat them one time. And my prosecutor told me, Jason, they're not going to let you go. They're going to continue to keep coming and coming and coming.
Yeah, you got off first time. Gave you some false hope.
Yes. Well, I was fighting two cases at the same time.
Gotcha.
And they split my conspiracy up to get 2 shots at the apple. And that's the whole thing. They want to overload you. So if you don't cooperate on the first go round, so they're like, hey, you going to cooperate? And they're like, okay. So they'll start building all these other things to get you looking at 100 years.
Do you think you would have gotten a better deal if you would have cooperated from the beginning?
It was 15 years. And I went to trial and lost and got 15.
So it would have been the same.
They wanted my Colombian, Bahamas, California connects. They wanted everybody and they still wanted 15 years. They wanted me to cooperate against Big Pharma. They wanted me to give up everybody, my grandma.
And you still get 15 years.
I still got 15 years.
What's the point of giving anybody up then?
Because nobody ever gets what I got. Normally, when you go to trial, you get what the prosecution asks. And that was the reason why the feds do that is to make sure everybody cooperates. But since my case was so political and so crazy about it that the judge wasn't happy and was like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, I told him, Your Honor, my best plea deal was 15 years and they wanted me to tell on my mom. And I wasn't going to do it. So he ended up giving me 105 years, but he ran it all concurrent. All my charges gave me 15 years apiece. So then he ran concurrent. So it gave me 15 years. And it caused a lot of problems in prison because nobody believed me. And I could show all the paperwork in the world because, you got to show your paperwork.
Wait, why do you have to show people your paperwork?
They want to make sure you're not an SO, sex offender, or if you're a rat. Because, if you're a sex offender, I was hard on them. You ain't watching TV, you ain't sitting in our spot. It ain't happening. We're on them.
What percentage of prison population is a sex offender?
Oh, it's big.
Is it really?
It's huge. So a question I ask you is, do they like little boys or little girls, do you think?
It's not I don't know.
Little boys?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. So when they're under probably 11 or 12, it's usually little boys you got to be worried about. And people think it's girls. It's
Wait,
not.
what do you mean? Your sons you got to be worried about?
Yes.
When my son's 11, 12.
No, under. They want them really young. I said up to 11 or 12.
Oh, shit.
So girls have to worry about after they become a little mature, that 12, 13, 14, 15 is when they usually, you don't hear about it in prison. 90% of the guys that I heard about their case and stuff, it's all little boys. They all have a fetish for little boys, 6, 7, 8 years old. It's weird. I always grew up and thought it was like, they wanted little girls. You have to be worried about.
That's what I
That's what I
assumed.
thought too.
No, it's not. It's little boys.
Based on your question, I'm like, my usual answer is going to be wrong.
Yeah. So it blows a lot of people's minds. And I will tell you this. So in the
Well, what
feds,
can parents do to protect their kids?
so I don't know if you've seen the whole study. They did a study with one of like a serial child molester or whatever, and they interviewed him and everybody was mad, but it was a great interview because it gave a lot of people insight. And he says, I target like kids that don't have a father in the home. He says, if there's a father in the home, I will not go after them.
Oh, I heard about this. The father being like a big dude.
No,
If
it
he's
doesn't
like-
matter.
No?
It just doesn't matter. If there's a father in the home, he doesn't target them. He wants to find some that are in like church or like some youth group that he can get a part of to get it to be the father figure, get them tight, and then make them, like whatever. You look it up, it's crazy. And it's pretty accurate because a lot of these guys in the feds are usually internet guys, so they get caught with child porn on their
So
computer.
they weren't necessarily in the act. They just had shit on their computer.
So that's where you're wrong. So where does it usually start out? It's like, oh, I only party on the weekend.
Gotcha.
Then all of a sudden it's like, well, let's just do it here and there. Like, listen, if you're doing it on the internet, if you haven't touched yet, you're going to touch. Second of all, just because I got caught with on the computer doesn't mean I didn't touch. I just never get caught touching. So
So what do you guys do in prison when you see a child molester or sex
the higher
offender?
ups, they run them off. They beat them off the yard. In the lower custodies, we give them all the shit bedrooms, like by the phones, bathrooms, the TV rooms where it's really loud and nasty and smells and people yelling on the phones, TV room. They don't get to watch TV. Every prison I've been at, they don't get to play sports. Like, we make their life pretty hell.
Do they get beaten up?
If you beat him up, you can't just say like, I whooped him because he's a child molester. You have to be like, I whooped him because he looked at me wrong or disrespected me.
Gotcha.
Because they try to hit you with a hate crime now. They're very protected because most of them are like,
Why the fuck are they protected?
because they're politicians, big businessmen. They're like these weird fetish shit. It's not, okay, so like a lot of the Latinos, it's in their culture where they like marry and date at like 13, 14 years old and get, like an 18, 19-year-old, like marrying a 14-year-old. Like it's in their culture, it's like like that. The black community's the same way. Like they don't really whatever, but they don't really, I'm not saying they don't do it. But in the white community, like when it's like you can see them, like they're all missing a chromosome, like this like gene, like something's missing. Like I literally can watch them walk up the compound. We're like, oh yeah, we know who he is.
How? What traits are you guys seeing that you can tell the guys?
I'll have to show you a picture. Like I can't even describe it. Like I can walk down the sidewalk and be like, yeah, if he ain't did it, he's going to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
And
even
it's never
even
usually young.
in
It's
public.
always older. It's usually
Even
when
in
they get
public.
around 40 and up. Yes.
So what characteristics do you?
I'd have to point it out. I can't even explain it.
All right. When we
Is
go
it a
out-
demeanor?
when we
Is
go to
it
Yes,
dinner,
it's
I
how
gotta
they
know.
walk, how they hold
How they
themselves,
dress.
everything.
What is it? Are they like depressed looking, introverts, extroverts?
Let me try to think of a politician that would fit because the
Well,
majority,
we don't want to
of them.
just like label a politician.
Oh no,
as
we're gonna
sexual.
label.
Oh,
I'll label the hell out of his ass because at the end of the day, it don't matter. They all need to be blasted. They all need to be put on Front Street because like the Epstein stuff is like legit. They're all weirdos and they don't look like your normal guys like us. Like they have like this like look to them and it's just it's really uncomfortable.
Does it just like if you look, it just stands out? Like
Yeah.
out of 10 guys, like that one
Yep.
would like really stand
Just
out.
no.
Yep.
Okay.
99% of the time he is. Oh yeah. And so you hear some of their stories and they'll tell you like, yeah, but I just, no, you didn't. Quit lying.
Mm-hmm.
Like just stop. So
How is this prison politics? How did it start where like everyone segregates and then the child molesters and the sexual offenders all get beat up? And where did this all come from?
So can you live with everybody? Or do you like a certain round of people you like be friends with and that you get along with?
Can I live with everybody? Sure. Would I prefer to be with the people I like?
No, you ain't gonna be able to live with everybody. So you telling me that I can go pull one of these junkies off the street and you're gonna be able to live with them in the same room?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I'm not gonna live with somebody that doesn't take a bath.
I thought you meant same neighborhood. I didn't.
No.
I
I'm talking
see.
about like
Same room.
same room.
quarters.
I'm talking about same. Yeah. Like
got it,
in
got it,
prison,
got it.
you're living with these people. You're eating at the table with them.
Yeah, no.
So so first off, like you're gonna sit there and say like, oh, whatever. Like you want to make everybody have the least amount of attention, you got to segregate. It's not because, oh, I don't want to be around a black person. Okay, so let's start this way. You're going to get along with your cultural people and your ways better than other people. So let's just cut out the bullshit and then let's just go into like, you know, you think you're going to get a Christian and a Muslim to live in the same room, 2 different religions? 99% of the time, you're not. You're not. You're not going to get them locked in a room together like that. So can it happen? Yes, it can. But what's the odds? So let's just go ahead and divide them. Let's put them in their own rooms, because when things pop off from prison, they pop off. Like lives are going to be taken, like things are going to happen. So let's figure out what works the best.
It's a limit.
Let's try to separate everything. Because what's so funny is like, just because you're white doesn't mean that I can live with you and still get along. Like we're white and I'll get along with him better than him. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with how you're brought up, your respect level, how you're cleanliness, you know, how clean you are and your manners or whatever. You might snore and I can't do it. That's going to cause a fight. Like if I can't get sleep every night, like we're going to fight.
It's going to be a problem. So,
and then like, I'm not living with somebody that's dirty. So that's how prison is divided. So we first divide off first is by race. Because when things get tension and things get bad, so like you'll have a lot of the like white boys that think they're gangsters and they hang out with the blacks. Well, when shit pops off and it's a race riot, guess who gets whooped first?
Those white boys.
Them white boys are going down. Like they're going to jump on them first. So, you know that we try to make it as easy as possible, if that makes sense to you.
I got you.
You get, how should I say it? Like you get too many of one race running a compound. Everybody takes it to their head and they try to run the whole compound and then try to run all the other gangs and other races. And it just, you'll watch the 2 minority races, the smaller groups come together to defeat the big one. It's the craziest shit you ever seen in your life. So,
I mean, it's the same thing throughout history. You know, they have a saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yep. And so a lot of smaller nations get together and they pick on a bigger enemy.
Yep.
So I guess it's reminiscence of what's gone on.
Just another thing, it's like, I love to see all my enemies come together for one reason. And that's because of you. You know, because you have like both of y'all don't even get along, but because there's a problem with me, y'all 2 get along just to come after me.
Yeah.
You know, you see it all the time. Like all my enemies hated each other whenever we all went down, and then they all came together to come after me. And then they all hang out just because of one reason, that's me. So prison's unique. Prison's really weird. So you would think that every yard's the same.
Did you feel like you were prepared for it?
No, nobody's prepared for it.
Did you get like a consultant to teach you? Like, hey, these are prison rules?
No, just go in there and just figure it out.
How long did it take you to get acclimated?
Weeks. They'll give you time if you're new.
Who?
The prison, the inmates.
They'll give you time?
Yeah.
To like they'll go,
yeah, they know you're rookie, they know you're beginner, so they'll walk you through it, let you slide on a few things.
How do you know they're not like setting you up? Like like someone comes up to you and goes, "Hey, these are the rules," and they're giving you the wrong rules just to get you caught up in something.
They don't want to do that because it causes a lot of problems, and then other races that get mad and like. So you hear the whole story, like I'm gonna go in there and find the biggest dude and whoop his ass. Yeah, go ahead and do that, and see what happens.
You lose all your teeth.
More than that, you do not do that. The best thing you do is go in there and go, "Hey, how's things work around here?"
What were some of the things you learned in prison?
A lot of stuff. A lot more respect. How to talk to people.
Any business tips?
Oh, so many.
And I've heard prison is like school for criminals. Like they
feds,
all get
not
the feds.
Only feds.
The feds are like they'll teach you all the tricks, everything. That they learn. How I got.
It's college. We don't call that shit prison. It's called college.
So
feds is
Fed is.
You
college.
go so. State prison, we have most of the guards start out in state and then they come to the feds and they'll tell you like, this is crazy. We can hold a conversation with y'all and the shit we hear, which is mind blowing. In state, he said they're so like, can't hold a conversation. They're dumb as a box of rocks, just a bunch of crackheads, idiots, crack babies. They're like, it's crazy, like retarded. But in the feds, I'm in there with the heads of gangs, like to control the whole nation. Like I was in there with the second command. I hung out with them all the time, Big Rob. Of the GDs out of Chicago.
What's GDs?
Deciphered Gangsters out of Chicago. It's one of the biggest gangs on the East Coast. They run all Chicago. Like it's the biggest gang out of there and running like Memphis, Tennessee, everywhere else. So Big Rob was cool as shit. I was in there with El Barbie. Okay, so El Barbie's the only Mexican-American cartel leader out of Texas. He was became the head of a cartel in Mexico. This dude killed 150 people himself. And
Goddamn.
he's my next door neighbor, and he would do like prayer meetings. And I would always tell him, people would come in the comments, say shit. And I'd be like, listen, dude, God's not going to help you. You already killed 150 people. Like, stop. And he'd be like, prayer meeting, guys, who wants to join my prayer meetings? And I'm like, dude, this dude's the head of a cartel. Just got 65 years. Can't walk no yard because he told on, everybody. I mean, he even testified against El Chapo.
What was the point of testifying when you got 65 years?
Well, he didn't want to go to ADX.
What's ADX?
It's the prison that's in the mountain out there in Colorado.
Oh,
Colorado.
where you don't see shit.
Yeah, that's where El Chapo's at and all them boys. There's only like 100-something people there.
Is there really that big of a difference from that to like the other one?
Okay, so I'll tell you, I was in the shoe, and we can talk through the vents. So the guy above me on the second story or thing, so we'd talk to the vents. He had been there, did a 15-year program there for stabbing a CO. He told me that the TVs behind us, plexiglass, and your mail gets scanned and you can see it on the little screen or whatever. And the concrete, everything's concrete. So your sink is a big concrete thing with the faucet coming out. Your bed's concrete, and they give you a mat to put on it. You never see nobody. You don't talk to nobody.
So you're by yourself.
So you have a double door. So they'll open the one door, put your food, close it, pop that door, and then you grab your food.
So you never really have human interaction.
No human reaction at all for a long period of time. So when he did the 15-year program, so I think he said the first 5 years he had nothing, because these are the most violent people. They're killing staff and everybody else. So they don't want them to get close to nobody. And then, so when it's shower time, because they don't give them showers, so they flood it out. So the shower's on a rail cart. So it comes to the door and stops, clink. They'll pop the first door, pop the second one to get in, take a shower, and then they close the doors and they come back in. So they don't even get walked to a thing. They don't have a shower in the room. And then after, I think, 5 years of good conduct, they get like 15 minutes a day to go to the little rec cage or whatever, and everybody's in their own little bird cage.
It's like a dog kennel almost.
Yeah, it's like a dog kennel. So when I did a lot of shoe time, we go to our own little cage. And then you graduate going to a cage where there's like 2 or 3 people in it. So nobody wants to go to ADX.
How do you spend time? Like, how do you make time go by?
Routines. I did 6 months in the shoe one time straight for checking paperwork. And
what's checking paperwork?
Checking paperwork is when you want to check somebody's paperwork to see if they're any good.
Oh.
So I had a gang member, a skinhead, try to tell me how to do my time. And I have a way of, people always ask me all the time, like, how do you tell fake paperwork, or if they're if the paperwork's fake, or if they're hot or not? Hot,
he's trying to make it seem like it's more serious crime than he actually committed.
So no, he showed the paperwork he was in on. He didn't tell. It was the paperwork before that, the time before that he told. But the government will help you if you're a good enough confidential informant or something like that. I want to know who I'm hanging around, because I hang around some people in prison. We talk about certain stuff. Things are going on. I got a cell phone in there and run from the police. Last thing I want to be around is somebody that's in the business of telling all the time, because I got my own little thing going on. A cell phone's $2,500. Last thing I need to do is be hanging around you, letting you watch me where I hide my phone or something, and then you go and cop me out. So I want to know who you are. Well, this dude's trying to take over the pod after our main shot caller leaves for the white guys. And he's like, trying to run the show. And now he's trying to tell me how to do my time. So I have this whole thing where I tell people, if you didn't go to trial, you can't check my paperwork. People are like, no, you ain't. Well, you're going to check. Somebody can check. I didn't say you can't check it. But if you didn't go to trial, you're not checking my paperwork, because I went to trial. I'm not going to have some dude that took a plea deal, because I always tell people, if you take a plea deal, you pretty much cooperated without getting on the stand or thing. And they're like, well, how's that? And I'm like, okay, so let's break it down. If I have an indictment and it says, I bought from you and I sold to you and then sold to whoever, and I agreed to that, I just agreed that I bought from you and sold to you. So if you two want to go to trial, guess what? They're going to tell the jury, well, Jason took a plea deal that says he did this. So it hurts you. And they're like, oh man, I'm like, I don't care what y'all do, but y'all not checking my paperwork no more after I busted this guy. And everybody tells me, well, how do you find out? I'm like, well, just have a conversation with them, start talking. Because they'll start saying, well, I'll be like, yeah, I've been to prison twice. And they're like, well, I've been 3 times. I'm like, what for? Drugs, this and that. And I'm like, well, how much time did you get this time? And that's when they get quiet. Because in the feds, it's called 851. So you get an 851 after your second drug offense. It's minimum mandatory 20 years. So the only way to get under that is cooperate. So how did you get 10 years on your third drug offense? It doesn't matter how much drugs it is. They don't care. And that's when they get quiet. So I had my girl, I called her, I was like, hey, run this dude's paperwork. So she ran it, I hid it in a bunch of other paperwork, had it sent in, I put it on his pillow when he went to rec. So when he came back, everybody already knew it, they read it, and he went and checked in and he told on me. So they put me in the shoe, and it takes about 2 weeks to adjust. But after 2 weeks, yeah. So the first 2 weeks is pretty rough on your mind. After the second week, 10, 14 days, you start getting a routine. Like they wake you up at a certain time, you have breakfast at a certain time.
How's the food?
Some prisons are good, some prisons are horrible.
Wait,
like, really
if
bad.
you're in the shoe, why the fuck do they wake you up?
Lights come on at 5:30 in the morning. They want you to make your bed and get on top of your things. They give you one gown and it's freezing in there, and they don't want you in the blanket and stuff. And you're just like, fuck you, who cares? And it makes your time rough. They won't give you rec. They'll start messing with you. So you get up, you do your little routine thing. They'll give you a radio in there so you can listen to a radio. So you get into listening to certain radio stations, working out. Then you go over your toilet and get your little cup and get yourself a little bird bath in there if you don't have a shower, and clean up the floor. They'll give you chemicals to clean up, so then you clean your room every day. There's just these little things you look forward to. Then you get a book. They pass books around a couple times a week. You read your books. It's all a mind game. You just got to learn how to ease your mind, how to get into a routine. And I promise you, days start going. You spend time talking to the vents, under the doors, fishing stuff down the hallways. You learn a lot of creative stuff in there. Learn how to make little fires in there to heat your coffee up in the mornings. They don't give you hot coffee. So you take a little milk carton, take some toilet paper, and you twist it real tight. Take your little battery, little thing, you light it, get it hot, and put your little coffee thing over and get it, heat it up. We get really creative inside there. So my toilet, I never thought in a million years that I would do laundry on my toilet. So when they give you, your toilet's all stainless steel, and the water for some reason stays really cold. So when they give you chemicals every morning, and every time you take number 2, you clean your toilet. Make sure it's always clean. So you're cleaning it, and then whenever I'd always give them extra milks. So I'd put my milks in the toilet so keep them cold. And then after a while, I would start doing my laundry in there, because you don't get clean clothes all the time. So you get an extra set of clothes, and you do your laundry in there, clean it, rinse everything out. It's pretty wild.
This doesn't sound like fun. And
it's not.
It's definitely making sure that I fucking go the speed limit and cross all the I's. I mean, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. This does not sound like fun at all.
But you made it.
How did you go through all this? I know you said routine, but it's got to be more than just routine.
6 months of the shoe.
Yeah, you have to be mentally strong. I've done probably about 19 months altogether in the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just prison. You got to go through it.
When you get out of prison, are you more concerned about never ever going back than before going to prison?
That scares me because I don't have fear. They took the fear away from me. That's what scares me the most.
Wait, prison took your fear away?
Prison took my fear away.
Because you were able to do it.
Well, the unexpected is not unexpected no more.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the unexpected is gone. The fear is not there anymore.
You just transferred it over to me. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm that's not anything I want to ever fucking do.
All right, let's get to a slightly more interesting topic.
I think you just transferred it to everybody. Because you're telling me about keeping your milk cold in the toilet that you just take a shit in.
Yeah.
And that's just normal routine to you. And I'm there's no fucking way I can have cereal now. Just thinking about the cold, now that I think about cold milk, I'm going to be oh, God.
Sure you don't want to get milk and cookies later?
Well, I never thought I'd wash my clothes in the toilet.
I know, but
you made it cleaner in the toilet than the clothes come back from laundry.
But you're talking as it's a matter of fact, and it's
it was a matter of fact.
Horrible. No, I'm just I kind of
it didn't happen overnight.
I know, but I'm just saying I just kind of pulled myself out of the story and made it real, and I'm whoa, this is not. This is some fun shit. This is heavy duty stuff. So be very fucking careful.
All right,
so we're gonna get back on. We all call federal prison college.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why is you meet everything in there. And if you have good paperwork and you're a cool dude and whatever, just
what's considered good paperwork? Not a rat? No child
sex offender, not a rat. That's really good paperwork. So I went to trial, didn't have none of the things, and I was a likable type of guy. So a lot of the higher end guys loved having me around. I didn't drink. I probably drink more in prison than I ever on the street. So when a shot caller or somebody big tells you, hey, Jay, come have a drink with you.
You're having a drink.
You're having a drink. And they're have another one. I'm I'll have a second one. After that, I can tell them no. always they're making buck, wine, moonshine, wherever you want to call it in there. And they're at party and having a good
Gotta
time.
be careful not to go blind. I heard if you
Well,
make moonshine the wrong way,
Yeah,
you'll go
but them
blind.
boys know what they're doing. It's real shit. So you get to know a lot of guys in there. When you start walking the track, you start asking them like, what's going on? So I was in there with this guy that had a really, really great story. He was a geeky type guy from Arizona. He was a professor and he learned how to fraud PayPal. So the feds couldn't figure it out. So he told them a lie, how he did it. Told him this way of doing it, but it wasn't his way. And so you know why he told him a lie, right?
Because he didn't want them to know.
Because he was going to do it when he got back out. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. So you're in there with some of the best fraudsters, all the new stuff.
Hold on, you can't just tease us and not tell us how.
I don't know how. He wouldn't tell none of us.
Oh, he wouldn't tell you either?
No, he wouldn't tell none of us.
Okay.
He was smart.
Did he
What
get
story
out?
did he tell
And
you?
he was dorky as can be. So how he got caught, he frauded them for over $4 million. They could never figure it out. He had a couple mistresses. And this one was bitching and complaining, I need this $50, $50. And he
That'll
didn't
do
think
it.
nothing
That'll
about
do
it.
it. That'll
He
do
was
it.
just like, I want to shut her up. And he just transferred it in. He transferred it from the wrong account. And it tied it. And that's how they've been tracking him for 2 years and could not find out nothing.
All
Like, he's
because of
smart.
one chick.
Oh, dude, he's smart.
It's always a chick.
It's always.
Every movie, every story,
It's true.
millions, billions, everything comes down to one chick that just topples the whole
Let
empire.
me tell you, 99% of the way guys they get in trouble with that a chick got them taken down is because they had a mistress. They
And
got
they
caught
pissed off the
cheating.
main
They
girl.
pissed the main chick off, and they sinked the
It's
ship.
always the Achilles heel.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is don't have a mistress.
Well, don't get caught.
No.
No?
Just don't have a woman.
Don't have a woman.
Got it.
Don't have a main chick if you're
Got
gonna
it.
be doing stuff.
Just side chicks. But then they can get pissed off too.
No, yeah, but they don't know your stuff. It's the main chick that knows. The side chicks
She's
don't
the
know.
confidant. She knows everything.
Ah.
And that's one of the main falls. So I was in with Greg Limburg. He's a billionaire insurance guy.
He was in prison?
Yeah.
For what?
Federal
Supposedly gave money to the wrong campaign party. It was the same party, but he backed the wrong guy that didn't win in the party. And he's pretty much saying like it was retaliation for backing the wrong person. He was being cocky about it. So he took it to trial, and I think they gave him 8 or 9 years. He won his appeal and got back out. Now they just gave him 20 years.
Oof.
And that's why you don't try these people. So he would always teach classes in there. So a lot of the high-end guys that like white collar frauds, big fraudsters, stuff like that, they teach classes, and they teach you in that class.
Is there Zoom available that we can all like, tap in and learn some of these things?
It blows my mind that the feds allow this to go down, first off.
Mm-hmm.
So the feds are allowing inmates to teach these classes, and you think they're teaching class? No,
No.
they're teaching
Crime.
just like in a movie Blow. Remember how he's like, oh, I figured out a way to get my time cut, and he's in there talking about how to smuggle drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. Like, that is legit.
What did you learn?
What's like your
Everything.
biggest take?
Yeah.
Do not stay away from drug dealing. Guys,
Stay away from drug dealing?
Guys, do not mess with drugs.
These are white crime.
White collar crimes
They're
don't
saying
get
stay
much
away from
time.
drugs.
Drugs is a second offense. You're going to get 20 years without telling on everybody. Drugs are going to put you away for life. Drugs, you don't make near as much money no more, and you get triple, quadruple amount of time. Stay away from the drugs, guys. Everybody. I'm telling you right now, I don't condone any of it, but if you're going to go, if you have it set on your mind, you're going to do something, stay away from drugs.
But,
Fraud, you don't get
Jason,
much time.
They say there's 4 ways to make money.
Oh shit.
Number 1 is you steal it.
Mhm.
But you got to be smart to steal it.
Mhm.
Number 2, you got to inherit it. But you got to come from a rich family to inherit it. And number 3, you got to work your fucking ass off to get
that's-
it.
Not always, because you can work your ass off and still make no money.
Wasn't there 4?
Yeah.
What's 4?
Learn to suck dick.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to tell you this.
And,
Yeah.
so it's the
No,
third one that
it's
if
just so-
you can't do any of those 3.
I always told everybody if I was a woman, I'd been a millionaire every time I'm 18 years old. If women would just take the advice from men, they would have it made.
which
just
would
don't
be
listen.
what advice? The
Things
fourth
we
option?
do, the things that we do. I would never go to a drive-through that a man wasn't working. The first spot takes money. I'd show up topless.
Oh, yeah, your food's free. Actually, you're making money.
You know, it's just, I don't know.
But going back to what you learned in college.
So in college, do not fraud stealing from people because you get a lot of victims. So they'll teach you in there and say, listen, if you're going to go and fraud individual people. After 10 people, and you got to have a lot of people to make a lot of money. After the 10 person, I think you advance to like a higher level, and that's where they give you a lot of time. If you fraud the government or a big company, you get no time.
So can I tell you a funny story about 2 fraud things that I've heard over dinner that happened in the jewelry business?
Okay.
Actually, one. So I have a neighbor of mine who's in the jewelry business, and they're always talking about like what they're hearing on the streets and what kind of fraud someone committed. Not that they're fraudsters, but they just hear it because, you know, everyone talks about like, oh, did you see this guy? They got arrested because they did this. So there was this watch dealer in New York. He would ship a watch in a FedEx envelope from New York to LA. And the guy would get it in LA and he would tell him, don't accept the package when it arrives. And so the package would arrive and it would have a hole in it. And the guy would be like, well, I'm not taking this. This has a hole in it. And they would commit insurance fraud and, you know, get insurance on it. They sent another package and that other package comes and has a hole in it. And so eventually FedEx was like, how come all his fucking packages are, you know, coming with a hole in it? So they intercepted the package. And when they intercepted the package, they opened it up and they saw there was a mouse in there. And what they were doing is they were giving sleeping pills to the mice so that halfway through transit, it would wake up, freak out, and chew its way out. So the package would arrive, like they would accept the package complete, and then midway through.
That is fucking genius.
Yeah, and then that's how they got caught because they were like giving. Isn't that pretty fucking ingenious?
So, you hear every one of them in there. You have the best of the best. The ones that won't talk about it is the ones that are
Planning to do it again?
Yeah, they don't want nobody to know. So I'll tell you, in the hoods, in the hood, you got fraud guys that go around and set up groups. They make money teaching people how to do fraud. And they charge them like $1,000 to take their class. And they'll
coaching.
Say, so what they'll do is they'll take on like 20, 50 people, and they do it at a house.
Damn.
This is afterwards.
No, this is what they go to prison for too.
Oh, got it. No, I thought they went to prison. Then when they get out, then they teach the class again.
They do both.
Okay.
They do it before enter. I was in there with a guy that did taught that classes. He got hit for it.
So how do you, as a consumer, protect yourself against fraud?
You can't.
You've seen how fraud is committed and how they're teaching it.
It's impossible.
How is it impossible? Like, what are some things you can watch out for to protect yourself from fraud?
So I'm going to tell you how they told me. For everything they do, there's always a loophole and open door. Why do these companies continue to get hacked when they got the best security things? And it's always some young kid. It's just like the drug smuggling part. Once they stop looking over here and they start fixing it here, they left that door open, so they just started attacking over here. Yeah. Once they get onto it, and then they left us over here, the kids start coming back over here, attacking over here.
Both ways.
And it's hot. And everything they do,
it
these
can't be hopeless.
masterminds.
There's got to be a way to like protect yourself.
No, it's not. So the ID in the black market of how these companies, these big hacks, they sell all your stuff on there, it's not. There's so many. These guys go through your mailbox. They find every which way. Restaurants stealing all your card information.
Okay, so some of the things I do to protect myself, I mean, that's like elementary, but like my registration doesn't lead to my house. So when I valet my car, if they go through like the glove box and see the registration, it's not my house. It's not under my name. It's under an LLC, and it's different to a PO box. So that's one way I'm thinking, because a lot of times they'll take your keys. They have your, no, it's not going to help. But think about it this
How's
way.
How's it going to help when they don't
because they can clone your key, because they can clone your key.
They sell, so cars, like
because if you valet your car,
they will find your information.
If you're worth it. I'm just saying, if a valet has my house keys and they have my house address from the registration of the car,
if you look like you have money and you just spent some money and valeted a nice car, oh, you're worth it. You're worth it.
But he drives a RAV4.
It doesn't matter. These dudes are good.
All right.
Here's another thing. So counterfeit money. Counterfeit money is the best. Like, you get no time for it. Guess who you fraud? The government.
Yeah, that's
you get no time
Secret
for
Service though. I read that the Secret Service,
they get no time.
Every single fraudulent bill has fingerprints on it. They take all the fingerprints of every single fake currency and they store it in a database. And if your fingerprint comes up a bunch of times, you become a target.
I'll tell you this.
And that's Secret Service. That's from Secret Service.
I was with a guy that was getting money from North Korea.
Fakes.
So Kim Jong-un, he has a printing machine and he likes to print American money and hand it out to screw with our currency.
Okay.
So he was getting money from there, and where they get you is because he's labeled as a terrorist country. So you get the terrorist charge. So they give you a
shit.
lot. It's like a 14-year enhancement just for that charge.
Versus if they printed it here.
So he had got caught getting a whole pallet.
Oh, this guy.
He was getting money. This time he was getting a whole pallet full of money that didn't have the same number, like everything. So South America, they do it a lot out of like Brazil down there. A lot of people have the printing machines. They're printing it all around the world. So this whole thing of like, oh, whatever. No, it's so good that they got the paper passes everything.
I was watching True Crime, and True Crime, there was a guy that was making fake money, and he said he was trying to figure out how the hell do you get this pen to work on the paper. And he found that if you spray the paper with Aquanet hairspray, the brown pen won't turn brown. It passes every single time.
These guys are masterminds.
Much smarter than that.
Well, I'm just saying that's what this guy was using.
How do you get a
Aquanet
job?
hairspray.
How do you get a job with the government as a hacker?
You get arrested.
Hack the government. It doesn't happen all the time. I was in there with some hackers, and they weren't allowed to get on the computer. They weren't allowed to do nothing.
Till they got out.
Yeah, until they got out. But in there, they couldn't. Like, we're allowed to have computers to send emails, and they're not allowed to get on nothing. Like, they're that smart.
Damn.
These guys, when I tell you, you look at most of these guys, you're like, oh, nah, he looks dumber.
Are we able to like go to the prisons and just ask to interview someone? Can the general public go?
Oh, no.
Oh, the feds, you can't?
Club
Hell
Fed
no.
not happening.
You're not. That's why you never seen cameras in the Fed. I think only one time they've ever had a camera was at a camp.
But like, can you go without a camera and just talk to some of the inmates and just kind of like,
You can get on their visitation list and talk to them.
and I'm sure they want to talk to people because they're bored, right?
Yeah, they want to talk to people, but a lot of
do
them.
fucking pen pal.
Not pen pal 'em. There was a porn star we had that said a lot of women like write a lot of what was it? Remember Sterling was saying that
Yeah,
they have a
Yeah.
fan club.
Yes.
Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of people
pen
in.
pals. They have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So some of the guys had
You don't have tits, though.
sisters. Yeah, but the girls want companions like no other. The guys do the same thing. It's wild. Women really need somebody. So it's different. They like
Brian,
some of the
you just got
prisons.
divorced.
So listen. So in some of the prisons, so Orange is the New Black is like real.
Is it?
A lot of this. Yeah,
I've seen some hotties recently though.
Well,
on the news.
I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, I'm going to tell you. So Jolly Ranchers, they took the Jolly Ranchers.
What's that?
off. They
Jolly
took
Rancher is the hot girls?
the candy.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were
So
talking
they
about
took
like
the candy off the commissary in a lot of prisons.
You can
Why?
sharpen it.
No, they melt it down and turn it into
Shane.
dildos.
What?
They melt them down and put them in dildos.
Everything I thought of, that was not what
I didn't. I was thinking shanks too because I'm
Yeah.
like you
So,
can make them like real pointy.
The things that we make in there and stuff we do and how we make phone chargers, how we do everything, it just blows
You
your
guys
mind.
fucking MacGyver some shit.
Dude. I seen a water tattoo gun one time.
Water
Fuck.
tattoo?
Yeah, water tattoo gun. They took a shampoo bottle, a small one, and a Coke can, and twisted it, and made like a little fan, little wheel, and they took all these little pen tubes that the pens come in and put them all together to the little thing. You got to sit there and push the button, and it goes in there and hits that little wheel, and they had a rod to go through there, and how they had it set up with the little thing with a paper clip, and it would sit there. Somebody would sit on the toilet, and then it had a little hole put on it with a bag that went into the toilet. So the water came out, would go into the toilet, and you had to sit there on something, the little box beside the toilet, and somebody had to sit there and keep pushing the button, and he'd sit there and run a gun, ink on it. And they make soot. You know how they make tattoo ink, right?
You use it. So
Soot. So what they do is they do hair grease, Vaseline, different types of oil,
Oh, that can't be.
and they
healthy.
put it in a little thing with a little flame, and they burn it under a metal table. So when the black soot, the oil soot comes off, you know, it's real dark, gets on the
Did
table
people
and they
get
scrape
sick
that.
after this?
hepatitis.
No, but that's why you
must
see,
be.
yeah. That's
Or
why you
like
see
fucking
like
all
the ink.
raised and shit?
So the soot, well, that has to do with clean needles. So guitar strings, because we got guitars, so we get the strings, and that's what they make needles out of for the thing. They sharpen them up, and you get your own thing. So the soot comes off, and then they mix it with like baby oil or something to make the
How are
the
these
ink.
guys not billionaires when they come out of prison?
A lot of them do. A lot of the guys I've been in feds with are very
Wealthy?
wealthy when they
What
come
are they
out.
doing when they come out?
Everything. Like they're smart, they're well connected. They
Are you sure you don't want to go spend like a month there and learn some
I mean,
stuff?
no, definitely. And I don't want to have cold milk. I don't want to
stories
like
that
wash
you
my
hear in
clothes.
there.
No,
But what if
definitely
you could
not.
spend like a month there
Fuck
without
no.
a charge?
Fuck
Just
no.
Go through school for a month.
Hell no.
Uh-uh.
I'd rather interview.
I
well,
think
it's
I'd...
Disneyland for the gay dudes.
What is?
Prison's
Oh,
Disneyland for
why?
the gay guys.
Seriously?
Well,
Would
what gay
you-
guy would want to go? It's like, I would love to be locked up in a
Oh,
women's
to prison. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Took me a minute.
So I
I'm
mean,
like, why is that?
Yeah, so I get hit on a lot of them. My things are like, oh my God, what I do to go get locked up for a whole month and shit. And because I did a whole thing about like, do you get raped in the showers or whatever? And it doesn't happen.
It's not like the movies.
No, it's not like the movies. Like, because they always ask you, you drop the bar of soap. And I'm like, dude, I dropped the bar of soap. Everybody does. Like, and they're like, what do you do? I'm like, you don't pick it up. Everybody's kids are on the floor. Like, you wear shower slides. You wear shower slides in there. So you can just imagine like what's on that floor.
So wait, I'm not gonna get into the details, but when you leave your soap, how do you get a new one?
You don't fuck the soap.
You got it on commissary. You buy. We have soap. You buy your own soap. I'm not picking it up. It falls.
No, I'm saying so. If it falls, you got to go buy another.
Yeah, you just go get another one out.
There's
of your
no
room.
bottles of soap.
No, you go and get you another bar of soap from your room, and you make sure you take care of that one. If not, you're going to.
No soap on a rope.
You can drill a hole and put it on a rope if you want to, but yeah, it's a little more. I've only dropped it a couple times, but I just didn't pick it up.
All right, you just left it.
I just left it because there's a lot of everybody's kids are on the floor.
This is the only time that this name for a show makes perfect sense. Everything you're saying hurts. Like,
this one's crying over here.
it's rough, dude. Fuck, it's rough.
All right, so we were talking before the cameras turned on about communication.
Fuck communication. Let's keep hearing how much like what normal like things to you. You're just so like desensitized to this.
Because you got to understand, I've lived this since I
Did
was
the commissary have good snacks?
Yes and no. Some of them do, some don't.
The one you spent the most amount of time.
So
Fat kid problems.
some of the prisons they do. They have decently. I
They
can't
take
say
your
they
candy
don't.
if you were in prison.
What?
They take your candy if you were in prison.
If you
Give me
don't
your
have to
shit.
carry yourself like.
My
People
biggest
are gonna
concern
press
is,
them, but I'm not going to allow it. Like you run with the white boys and like start getting fucked with, and you're a good white dude. Like nobody else is going to roll up on you in another race, so we're going to put a stop to it. Hey, man, bro, you can't press up on our people. We're only allowed to press up on our people. Blacks are only allowed to press up on theirs. Mexicans, same thing. It's not happening. State prison's a little different, I hear, but not in the feds. No other race. Ian Bick does a podcast. He's a white boy out of Connecticut. And he talks about he was getting extorted and all this stuff. I'd run his punk ass off the yard. It wouldn't happen. I'd check him in. If you allow that to happen, you keep putting yourself in that situation, I'm running you off the yard. Because now you're making all of us look bad and you're going to cause problems with the rest of us. As in like, if we can extort one, we're going to extort all of them.
so it's making you all look bad.
But yeah, like we're not going to have it. Just, you can't. It's like in prison. If you get called a bitch or a punk or something, you have to fight. If you don't, guess what? They're going to be like, what a bitch. So they're going to keep fucking with you. You're the only person that allows to have a hard time in prison.
You're your own worst enemy.
Yes. So another thing is like, people got to realize like just all the raping and stuff. The only way they're raping is if you want it. You walk around flaunting that thing, eventually somebody's going to take it. So I'd be in visitation and it'd be like this big dude. It's usually a black dude or something. This dude is huge, one of the toughest dudes on the compound, got a banging ass old lady in visitation. And I'm sitting there telling my mom, I'm like, this dude's got a boy. He's going to leave this lady right here. He's going to go up there and get in bed with his boy. And I'm just like, it blows your mind. Every time a new punk comes on the compound, 3 new dudes will come out of the closet chasing that thing. Chasing it. So you hear all the stories talking about all these guys is gay for the stay. It's true. They're only gay for the stay. And then they come home, got AIDS or something. Like the one dude had a wife and kids, went in there, came out with AIDS. And he's gay. So my first night in prison, I literally walked out of my room because we lived in cubicles, 6-man things in the bathroom, showers at the end. So it was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know how you don't want to open your eyes up all the way? You don't wake up because the lights are still kind of on. So I'm walking my head down. And this guy, so when you sit on the shitter, the walls are like this high with a little door. So like you sit
your head's up.
You sit there and have a conversation while I'm sitting on the shitter. And then the urinals are on this wall. So you're looking at the dude's backside, taking a shit in all the urinals and all the toilets on this side. And I walk in and the guy looks like he's pissing in one of the toilets. And he's like looking at me. This black dude's just looking at me. I'm thinking like, why is he looking at me? So I'm going to take a piss. And I leave. He's still looking at me. So I did a double look. And he has a dude. He's balls deep in him. This guy's over the toilet hugging on the thing. The dude's just pounding them. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, why am I seeing this? Let me just get back to bed. And this is my first night. And the only other time I seen something wild is I walked into another bathroom that didn't have no doors on it because they're doing the same thing. But like, put a trash can in front of it. Have somebody look out, and I walk in, and dude's got another dude blowing them, and I'm just. A lot of it goes on in there, but they want it. So this whole like raping thing, it doesn't really happen. Don't get me wrong, it does happen, but not like you think.
Not as much as they say it does.
No, it's not true. They're willing. They just want them some love.
What about like guards helping people bring stuff in?
All the time. Everybody's got a price tag. I don't care what it is. Everybody's
Just got to
a
find
price
it.
tag. You got to work on them. Females are the easiest.
Why?
So if a girl looks good, they won't let her on the compound. They'll keep her behind closed doors and stuff because she's easy to compromise.
Why?
The big ones, oh man.
How do you compromise the hot female?
Because so like one of the staff, she was big and ugly. She's like 350 pounds.
That should be easier.
Yeah, I know, but she was holding this big bag of Doritos and staff, and Miss Washington, and she'd run her mouth all the time.
I already pictured her. Long nails,
Yes,
hair done.
Listen.
Yeah, eating
She would
Cheetos
her
like
mouth.
this.
She'd say, listen, I'm a 10 in here, but a 1 on the streets, motherfucker, so get that right. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's right.
she would tell us all the time, like, bitch, y'all need to quit lying in this motherfucker while she's eating her bag of Doritos. I'm like, shut up, Miss Washington, you gonna eat that whole bag, so we don't want to hear it. And she's like, bitch, I'm a 10 in this motherfucker, quit lying or whatever. So they're the easiest, so they don't have nobody showing them attention like these inmates.
Yeah.
Here we are, we don't been around women. We're like, every little smell, every little thing about them is like making them a 10. So they love it, and they get that attention like no other. So they're
So you're
easy
saying
to
that
compromise.
the ones are easier or the 10s are easier?
Well,
The
they're
ones are 10s.
No, she
I know
says on
in
the
real
streets.
life. I'm saying in real life, the hot.
No, the uglier ones. They won't let the hot ones on the compound.
Why would? I mean, obviously, like they're
People are going to take them to the gun show.
The gun
range.
show?
They're going to.
That's fucking hilarious.
They
They call it the gun
range.
show.
Yeah, they call it the gun
The gun
show.
range?
Gun range.
Shit.
With or
Shoot
without
that
the
thing off.
Cetaphil?
Huh?
With or without the Cetaphil?
Without the Cetaphil. The gun range.
They're easy to.
That's fucking
They're
hilarious.
very easy to compromise. The guys. The
So
ones that are
compliments.
easy.
So compliments is
Dude,
basically
they love
it.
it. Like these guys are so slick, so slide, and day after day they work on them. That's all they do is just steady work on them
Fuck.
and just steady on it. And
That's all they got to do.
That's all we got to do.
I know.
So you work in 8-hour shifts. We live there. So we're watching you. We're watching every move, everything you do. We can tell everything that goes on. It's our living quarters. The females are the easiest. The guys you can get in with once you start like buddying up to them. But you've got to have a good name. So the guys are the reason why they're not so easy. They're going to get to know you, but you better have very, very clean paperwork. Like they're going to go through all your shots, see if you cooperated in prison, cooperated on the streets. They want to know everything, who you're affiliated with, because they want to see if you're solid. Because they're not going to lose your job over love. They're not there for love like a woman. You can get a woman's heart. You got everything. They'll do anything in the world for you.
But that's dangerous though.
It is
Because they're volatile. Because if you
Yes.
fuck one thing up,
Yep,
your
it's
life
over.
is over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
I've watched so many female guards get walked off the compound because of guys. Yep, compromised the hell out of them. Very few guys, do it. They bring most of the stuff in through drones, throwing it over the fence, through camps, the outside camps. Bring it through commissary, through food, through laundry, hide it in it.
So no different than you getting shit from Bahamas to the States.
No, same thing. It's all smuggling. Everything's smuggling. Guards bring in maybe 10%,
How much money can you get deposited in your thing account?
as much as you want. Some of the dudes
And then
got
how-
hundreds of thousands of money. Guys are making $100,000 in prison in 6 months like it's nothing. Like there's so
Really?
much money to be made in prison, it's retarded. Yeah, you get a good hustle, you make $100,000 quick.
And that gets pretty far in prison.
Yeah, really far. There's guys living in there and sending money home and supporting their families at home from prison. Hustles.
Damn.
What's the number one hustle in prison?
Tobacco.
Oh, cigarettes?
Yeah, cigarettes.
It's
Game on.
like, how much is a pack of
Running
cigarettes in prison?
poker. Every compound's different. It's like a little sack of tobacco like that. It's probably like $60.
Wow, it's like weed back
Yeah.
in the day.
Matter of fact, tobacco pretty much brings more money and it's less riskier than weed in prison.
Wow.
Yep. Weed stinks so bad and the guards are on it. Now they're soaking everything because we can't even get mail in prison no more because they're soaking everything in the mail and then extracting meth, cocaine, liquidizing it, put it in the paper, and then extract it out and have all the drugs they want. Everything on the streets is in prison. If there's a will, there's a way. The prison wallet is a real thing. guys that are not gay, that are not nothing. They are putting things up their ass to smuggle it in through visitation, through whatever. You see it all the time. It's the hustles in there and the things people do for money.
Wild.
Sky's are the limits. Some of the guys that they were putting stuff up, their prison wallet, it blew my mind. Anything you can think of is true. So watch the movie Shot Caller. I'd say 75% of that has some type of a truth to how the USPs are run.
Okay.
Did you see anyone in prison like coming in that was just like distraught, like completely like just crying the whole entire time?
Yeah, they're
Did you
going
ever
to
try
stop
and
it.
help them or anything?
Yeah, your people come up on you. If you don't stop, then it becomes a problem. They'll run you off the compound in a way or send you down there to live with the chomos. I have seen it, but once you get around all those guys and everybody's looking at you, you
Man
know,
up real quick.
Yeah, you man up real quick. What's wild is you can tell you don't joke with nobody in prison. You don't play with them. You don't joke with them because you don't know if they just got a bad phone call or something's going on at home. You don't know what's going on in their mind. It can be very dangerous.
So no small talk jokes at all.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't fuck
Very rarely. I did. I messed with some people, but I had problems. I got, if you try to fight me, I wouldn't fight you back. But it caused problems at times. I lost a few good, like buddies in there because of it. You just don't know what's going on in their mind. Prison is very like everybody's hiding everything because you can't let other people know your weakness or what's going on. I remember like when my girl finally like separated and went on her way, I was down for weeks at a time, months. And there's times that I would have my head down because I'm not talking to my daughter no more. And she's not answering the phone call and I'd walk around my head down. And next thing you know, some dude come up, you never talked for an old timer and put his hand, hey, it's all right. Pick your head up. Everybody's watching. And you got to like snap out and pick your head back up and get going. So that's just some of the things that work in there. A lot of white collar guys, big dudes come in, you think they're having problems? Nah, man. You come in there. I've watched like Jeff Skilling and Ron Case.
Yeah.
Huge
Were you in
case.
prison with him?
Yeah,
or
I
no?
was in the same prison with him. At Maxwell. He started out at medium. This dude never had problems. You know why? Everybody
Ran
wanted
his
to pick
mouth.
his, no. Nobody had, he never had a problem. Everybody wanted to pick his brain. Everybody wanted to be his buddy because they want to know what he knew and teach him stuff. So that was his powers. So you be surprised on the people that don't have problems in there. The higher profile that you are, the easier you have it. Like when P. Diddy and all these big dudes go, they're going to be protected. Their people are going to protect him. Even though he has them charges, they're still going to protect him. He's going to pay. He'll pay, but he'll make it. No problem. He's going to be in population. It's funny because right now he's in population, but he's not in population. But as soon as you get in prison, they just kick in. They don't even care. Yep, get on up in there and go. You're just like everybody else. I was in there with billionaires to nothing. Top gang members to nothing. They stick you all in there together and you're going to
Did you ever hang out with any billionaires?
Mm-hmm.
What did you notice anything different about them?
Yeah.
Versus like millionaires?
Yep.
What's the main difference between billionaires and millionaires?
They think so out of box. I hung out with the one guy, these couple billionaire guys that ran billion-dollar companies and everything else. And the one I was telling you about, the insurance guy, he taught a class and he would teach you about insurance and business stuff. And he would always say, if you fuckers would put as much attention as chasing pussy into a business, you would have been as rich as me. He goes, for the first 10 years, I pretty much lived on my office floor. I'd wake up in the morning, undo a load in the shower, and get to work and work all day long. And that's how he would start his class off every day. He's like, literally, I get up, y'all were around chasing pussy, I was jacking off in the shower. He says, but after 10 years, 20 years, or whatever it was, he's like, now I get all the girls you see on TV, all the models. He goes, I date them when you don't. So he's like, it paid off. He goes, I'm this dorky dude.
But why'd he end up in prison?
Wire fraud. That's what they go for when they can't get you on nothing. He's the one that supposedly backed the wrong guy for the party or whatever, and they came after him and found a wire fraud charge. You can't tell if they're telling truth or not.
It seems like there's every law in the book to make everything you do every day illegal. It's just whether or not they want to come after you or not.
Wire fraud is the one they go after when they can't get you on nothing.
What is wire fraud?
I don't really understand it. It's so complex. It's one of those charges like tax evasion or RICO or whatever. It's just so broad that it umbrellas everything. Wire fraud, all it is saying that you sent some money across the thing. I've never been charged with it. It's so broad. I've read like 3 or 4 different cases, and every one of them were different, and they used wire fraud. I wasn't charged with it, so I can't give you the full definition. I just noticed that it's like John Gotti. They couldn't get him on RICO or conspiracy, and they created that charge for him. So would they get him on tax evasion? So it's their way to go. They can, make anything sound bad. They don't even need a charge or evidence. All they have to do. So people don't realize a conspiracy is when 2 or more people come together, talk about committing an unlawful act. That's all it is. So you don't even have to commit it. All you have to do is just come up with the stages and talk about, you're going to be a getaway driver, you're going to rob the bank, and I'm going to be the lookout guy.
And that's all they need.
No. Now we're going to start off with this bank. That's all they need. And it's over with. We agree on it, who's going to play what role, what bank, and how we're going to do it.
He needs a smoothie first.
Yeah, I know.
He can't just drive without a smoothie.
Nope. Need my smoothie.
Yeah.
Okay. So my prosecutor even said that, they created these crimes to take certain people down because they were too smart. And they should have did away with it, but they love it so much. All it is in trial, it's whoever can come up with the best movie, writes the best movie script is how I describe it. Whoever can sell it best to the jury. Whoever has the best movie script is going to win.
Most people on the jury don't want to be there.
They don't want to be there. So I'm going to ask this question. Do we pick our presidents?
No, the economy does.
Economy does? No.
The economy picks the president.
Nope.
Oh,
Do we pick our president? Tell me why.
I said no.
Why?
I don't know. That's just my guess.
Okay. So do we vote to pick who's going to be in the Democrat or the Republican Party? We do.
Yes.
Do we vote who's going to be the president out of them two? Yes. We do not pick who they give us to pick from. We don't.
So what the fuck do we pick?
We only pick what the elites give us. So when they come up with the 17 Republicans to pick from, and the Democrats, however many they pick, and then we pick
Well, we
who's
had a
going
lot
to
to pick with the Democrats this year.
So we don't
we
ever,
sure had some
nobody ever, we don't get to pick those people. It's all the establishment that they pick to put in there. And then if it's some third party person, no name, they're not going to put them in no press. Nobody's going to get to talk to them. You're never going to see them. Nobody's going to air them on anything, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we pick them? We only pick what they give us in front of us. So if I say, hey, listen, this is going to be CEO of your company, and you're like, okay, do I get to pick them? Like, no, and I just go get 3 random people off the street, say, pick it. Yeah, you got to pick them, but you didn't get to pick the people you get to pick from. We don't. Juries are the same way. Who picks our jury?
The attorneys.
No.
No?
So your court system picks supposedly random 60, 80, however many people they pick
To show up for
to
that
show
case.
up. Well, how do we not know that there are already people that are pre-screened to find you guilty, or they have an issue with this, or they find traits because they know a way of like AI now can do it faster of like, if we pick this type of person, it ups our chances to him being found guilty.
Well, don't the attorneys do that? Because I've sat on the jury and the attorneys have asked like a number of questions.
But here we go again. I don't get to pick the people that get to come in there. I only get to pick what people they give me.
Whatever's sitting in the box.
Whatever's sitting in the box. So how do I know?
Isn't it?
Huh?
It's random, isn't it? Because you get your jury summons in the mail. You go
I feel
show
like he's
up.
about to pop a fucking bubble.
I'm waiting.
How do we know it's random?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Why is it always the same people that get picked to the juries?
I mean, I get picked, and I fucking hate it. But
He got picked for the boring one, though. Don't worry.
no. I mean, the last few times I got picked, it was topic of real estate
How
and
many of y'all been
investment.
picked
So
for a federal one?
never.
Never.
You know anybody has?
No.
I've never met nobody. Why is it so funny that everybody that was picked in my federal
Oh,
ones-
I was talking about like state and
Yeah,
civil,
he's talking fed.
but not federal. No, never.
But states the same way. They pick the people we get to pick from. So here's the thing about it is, down deep, and then how they set it up in there and how we pick from them, it's so corrupt. It's the craziest thing ever. I've never met nobody that's ever been picked for a federal, never heard anybody being summoned for a federal. And it's so funny. I
How did
picked
they
4
even pick
juries
where
in
you're
the feds, and every time it's always a government official, somebody that's already been on a jury trial once before in the feds. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. I don't even know anybody that's ever done this. So how in the world is this happening? It's always something. And then they put them, like the judge, you put him 60 people in there, and he'll be like, well, we're going to start over here. Well, once you run out of your 3 or 4, whatever strikes you get, and they do, and there's only 4 slots open, the next 4 people automatically get put on. It's not like we pick from 65 and we ask them all and go, well, I want my 6 best in here, and I get to pick the 6 best out of 60. It's not how it works. He starts in one corner, and then you start eliminating them from there. And he only gave us like 3 or 4 strikes, and the government gets 3 or 4 strikes. So you only get rid of 8 people. And then if they're bias to a certain extent, the judge will get rid of them. So it's a free strike. That's corrupt. It's the most corrupt system I've ever seen. It's just like with their presidents. Why don't we get to pick? Why don't they give everybody the equal amount of airtime? Other people that are not picked by the establishment.
Because that wouldn't be fair.
Exactly.
So what are you doing now since you've been out?
I was on home confinement. They wanted me to work at McDonald's.
Which one? Florida?
Yes. So I told them to send me back to prison.
Okay.
So I worked with my attorney that won my Fed case. I was working with her husband doing home. We were, flipping homes. They didn't want me making too much money. Pretty much.
Wait, with you're flipping homes with your attorney?
Her husband. Yeah,
Okay.
They have a contracting thing. She's an attorney and has a contracting thing.
Nice.
So I was working with them for protection in a way from the feds. And
Are they still coming after you?
yeah, they still mess with me financially. So once I got my clemency and I got taken off, now I'm working for the railroad company because I can't really own my own business right now or do anything. So I'm waiting for this financial stuff to go off so I can open my own business and get back into flipping.
What kind
homes
of you want to flip homes?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back in real estate. I'm gonna build homes. I'm gonna build lower end homes. Try to do like 4 or 5 all together.
Why lower end?
The higher end ones, because I can build spec homes a lot easier, and not have to worry about picking them apart. So I can literally
Just copy the same model and just keep
same
printing.
models, do common colors, stuff like that. When you start doing, I noticed doing higher end ones, then people are like, oh, I don't like this. And they want to build them custom.
Yeah.
So I want to do like lower end cheap homes and get rid of them faster and make a smaller profit and do 4 or 5 of them together. I don't want to get really big anymore. It's just not worth it for me. Money didn't make me happy. It was worse. When you make a lot of money, everybody asks me like, oh, it had to be great. Well, the first year was great. And I'm going to say, why do rich people hang out with rich people?
Because we don't talk about money.
No.
Well, the magic number is $75,000 a year is the number where anything over that doesn't make you any more happier. Because 75,000, again, this is 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We have to adjust it for inflation. It's probably like 112.
Yeah.
But $75,000 was a number that you make enough to kind of cover your bill, your food, your expenses, just so you don't have stress of making rent, stress of car payment, stress. Just your bare minimum. Anything over that is just gravy.
Once you start being able to pay your bills and not have to worry about paying your bills, money doesn't bring happiness after that.
I think the number, to be honest, is when you don't look at the bill at the restaurant.
Yes,
when you don't have to look at the bill
that's correct.
of how much things cost and you just order your meal, that's the
correct.
number where you don't, where anything over that you don't need.
Once I started making so much money to the point that friends and family and everybody started noticing like, oh, now he's got a surplus. Family starts, hey, can I borrow? And it's like, oh yeah, here you go. And then all of a sudden it's like, can I borrow? Can I borrow? Can I have? Can I have? And it's like, man, well, no. When you tell them no,
Then they
what
hate
do
you.
you
you're an
mean? I
asshole.
don't understand. You're an
Yeah.
asshole. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh my God, like it's my money. I pay tax on it. I work for it. I'm going to prison for it. Like, where are you at now that I'm in prison? Like I throw it in their face all the time. Friends started going to point. So you like to fish. You like to ride dirt bikes. Stuff I like to do. So I call you, go fishing. Why you call him? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you don't fish. I call
Yeah.
you for riding dirt bikes. And then it's like, oh, why you? I'm like, you don't ride dirt bikes. Like, why? Why do you care? And he's like, man, fuck him and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, no, fuck both of y'all. How about that? So I lost all my friends almost. So I lost my friends first and my family second.
Well, Jason, the higher up you go, the more friends you lose.
yeah.
It's lonely at the top. For a
Very
reason.
lonely at the top. And then I learned like the reason why a lot of people I figured out like they hang out with money people is that I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't have to worry about them more. So if I hung around the same class and people had the same money, they had to, like, yeah, I'll see you there. I'll meet you there. I didn't have to pay for them. They didn't get jealous because I took you. They can afford to do it. See, they were all get mad because they couldn't afford to do the things to do. So I would pay for it because I wanted you to hang out. And they get mad because they didn't have money. I was young. You remember, I got hit by when I was 26. I was making $9-12 million a year bring home at 25 years old, self-made. So I was making so much money.
That's no joke even today.
No, it's not. And I had plenty of money. I would literally go to strip clubs and spend $15,000, $20,000 like it was nothing. Just every day I walked out of the house, I had 10 grand in my pocket cash. It cost me $250,000 a month just to live with all my race toys, strippers, the whole nine, everything, 5 houses. It cost me about $250,000. People are like, how did you do it? I'm like, it's easy. Like, people don't realize how fast and easy it is to blow money.
So right now, you're saying what you would do is invest in real estate, fix and flip properties to make money to kind of get back into it. Or if you wanted to scale up and make like $3 million a year or $5 million a year or $10 million a year, was it possible in real estate, or what industry?
Yeah. Definitely possible.
What other industries do you see that have that potential?
There's a lot of industries. There's knacks for everything. I was just on the phone talking to somebody the other day, because eggs and chickens, the cost of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they're starting a huge chicken farm in my hometown out west of town in the country part. So I got to talking to one of my buddies, and he was, I have another buddy that's in the cattle business. Cattle is huge money. The beef is huge. These guys are making money hand over fist. The problem of it is finding land to lease to put the cattle on.
But it's also a commodity. It's kind of risky because the prices fluctuate.
Yeah,
you could be sitting on a whole bunch of eggs and then it crashes.
Well,
but
it's never going to crash because
fluctual.
there's a supply and demand like no other on them.
Yeah.
There's a shortage. That's why the prices are so high, because there's such a shortage.
They killed all the chickens that had the flu.
Yeah, not even that. Even when it was up, it was still, the money was there. Real estate's the same thing. Everything can go up and down. You just got to find a knack. You just got to find, I don't care what anybody says. Everything has its ups and downs. And you just have to be lucky to get in the right time of anything. You could have 10 people get in the same thing. Let's just say own a gas station. Why does one guy make more money than everybody else? Location or timing.
Yeah.
All the rich guys, get back on that subject. I was hanging around a lot of the rich guys. He would give me a Wall Street Journal magazine or newspaper because they read that every day. Read this article. Yes. He's like, read this article. I'd come back. What'd you get out of it? No. Nope. Go read it again. I'm like, okay. So I come back. No, go read it again. After like 5 or 6 times, I'm like, dude, I'm not reading your article no more. What's the deal? He goes, I'm trying to teach you how to think differently. Everybody thinks the same way. These guys that are above and beyond Fortune 500 company guys, you can't even hang out with them, hold a conversation with them. They see everything backwards. We all look at it on the news and are like, oh, this is what's going on. And he's like, yeah, so why are they telling you this? That means they're hiding something over here. That means they're got your attention because you're looking here. Meanwhile, they're over here dangling the carrot while they're doing something over here. He's like, so every time on the stock market, they watch the stock market like it's crazy in there. And he's like, okay, see that going up and down? It's too late to invest. I'm like, why? He's like, you should have been reading the reports and seen that come and go months ago. So they read all the financial reports and like, oh, no good. And they sit there and read these just page after page of it, and they understand it. And they see stuff coming. He says, you never look at what's on the screen coming across the thing. You always look at 6 months ahead. And everybody wants to look at what's happening today.
Yeah, because the stock market is always forward thinking.
It's why it's called the futures. So everything that they look at, everything they do is always 6 months to a year ahead. And they think outside the box like I've never seen in my life. The way they talk, the way they think. So there was a millionaire clubs at Maxwell Air Force Base. It was all the Fortune 500 company guys, billionaires, and Ron, Jeff, and all them had this millionaires club. And they would sit out there and just mingle and just sit there and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you ever got in there to listen, your mind would just not even understand.
Do you have to put your milk in the toilet in that prison or?
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
So that one might be Millionaires Club.
Yeah. That's at the Air Force Base in Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
I still want to hear about communications and tracking.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great
So
point.
A lot of people say that you can encrypt your phones and you can use these apps. It's all
there's a new phone. You know that new phone that's like anti-encryption, the ones that Sean Ryan was
and
talking about.
Automatically like
deletes everything.
Yeah, there's like a dead man switch or
it's
some
called
shit.
a thing phone.
I have it. Hold on.
Can I explain to you that
Sure.
it don't matter? You can have the best encryption. You can have the best everything. Once I start cooperating with them,
it doesn't mean shit.
Shit, I deleted it.
I got your number.
Gotcha.
I'll record your phone conversation. That's what people don't understand. So at the end of the day, I tell everybody, quit wasting your time.
It's the other person.
The best thing to do is change your phone, quit doing all this stuff, get you throw away phones.
Well,
every 2 weeks, throw it away.
If you travel in the US and you're coming back, the TSA wants to go through your phone or can go through your phone. And
they got more power than anything.
Yeah, because your constitution rights don't apply at the airport. It's once you pass the airport and come onto the States.
Every time I left the country, the feds would pull me in, interrogate me. When I come back, they're waiting on me. They always thought I was hiding money in Swiss banks or somewhere, hiding it, moving money, because we were shipping all our money out to fishing boats.
Oh shit.
To like Costa Rica and stuff. We'd put it on fishing boats, hire somebody to get on the fishing boat, and then we'd have them be on the boat, and then we'd intercept them in other countries and then move our money around like that.
Damn.
That's how we were doing it.
So wait, is there a secure way of communication?
No, there's not.
Even using a throwaway.
Even a throwaway, there's not, because once somebody is compromising your group and is cooperating, they work with them and they record every phone conversation you got. Now, 9 times, this is where everybody goes wrong. The feds just don't stumble across you. It's always because somebody gave you up. We talked about that in the first episode. It was that 10% of the time they stumble across you because you give them, like, they pull you over.
They got lucky that day.
They got lucky. The other 90% is because somebody got in trouble, somebody's old lady, or you. Jealousy kills everything, even with friends, partners, whatever. Jealousy kills it all. It's always somebody turns you in 90% of the time. So when somebody turns you in, guess what they got?
Is it the 25% of whatever the government's collecting?
No, they got your contact. They got access talking to you on the phone. They're wearing wires. They're recording phone conversations.
Can you tell if one of your members have been flipped?
No.
Don't they have this nervous talk?
Nope. There's no nothing. There's no echoing. There's no echoes. There's no beeping. There's no nothing.
There's no
I meant like your friend, your boys for like 5 years, 6 years. And then all of a sudden he turns and he starts snitching and he's like recording you. Don't they get a little nervous around you or act a little different? Can you pick up on that?
It.
Did that ever happen to you?
I've
like
had
someone in your group
none of my co-defendants were able to wear wires on me. The only time that was ever on a wire was somebody was wired up on my co-defendant, and I was around him, and he was acting totally fine. I listened to all the recordings of every one of my co-defendants that were wired up. The people never acted they were just normal as can be, because there's usually already jealousy or hate involved, or they're being conniving, something's going on, or they're mad at you, so they're like out to get you. So everybody says like, oh, encrypt your phone. They can't break into them. Listen, every iPhone can be broken into. I watched them plug my phone in from the county jail. I watched it from my little intake
15 years ago.
15 years ago. I watched them plug that thing right in. Within 5 minutes, they were strolling and had everything off my phone. And people to this day are like, oh yeah, but that was back then. Well, they didn't have AI back then. They didn't have all this stuff. Everything they could do back then, they're doing today, just doing it differently. They will hack. So Telegram. Why did he get arrested in France?
Because he was
he called it French fries instead of freedom fries.
No, they
because
he wouldn't give him a backdoor to his app. Signal. Okay, Signal is another one that everybody says to use. Why did Biden tell all his government employees to use it?
So he could track them.
He can monitor them. Why would the government be using that when they have their own?
What was it? Snowden said that everything the NSA can get into.
Yep.
And
nobody wants to believe it.
Yeah, they record all your phone conversations, your text messages, your emails,
they have
everything, and it's recorded and indexed to your name. All they got to do is search your name, and they'll have the call that you had to your mother 4 years ago at 7 a.m.
What happened to the Santa Barbara terrorist car bombing here?
Which one? Oh, the Santa Barbara one?
Yeah.
That was years ago. But they cracked the iPhone. It was an iPhone.
We called iPhone. So a company that the government, we bully everybody else around the world. You don't think they didn't call him?
They can use Pegasus.
Yeah, but here's the other thing about it is they want you to believe because they want people to think that they have security. So this is where they get you at. And this is where the feds told me off the record type one day. He told me straight up. He says, Jason, let me explain something. If we told everybody we can get in all your phones, he said, everybody be like, I don't want to say nothing. We want you to feel comfortable. We want y'all to believe that we can't get into them and that we have to hire this third company out there, not in-house and all this, to get into them. They got into that phone regardless. They hired somebody. They were in it supposedly in no time. No, they
got a back door.
Yeah, they got a back door. They got in it. They want everybody to believe they hired another company. Just like I say all the time about them paying fines. I don't believe these companies pay fines when they're punished. I really truly believe they don't pay them. And if they do, it's false. Every phone's going to get hacked. Tracking devices. So people are like, I know they're following me. They don't follow you no more, guys. It's called electronic. They can follow you on your phone now. Your phone follows you everywhere. They don't even got to put a tracking device. See, whenever they did it to me, they didn't have the tracking the way it was. People were like, well, they can't just put a tracking device. They have to do, no. All they have to do is catch your vehicle in a public parking spot.
And just smack it on.
Smack it right on. And they're like, oh, man.
How long does the battery last in the trackers?
About 2 weeks. 2 weeks at a time.
Figure out your pattern of life real quick.
Yeah. So people think like, oh, I'm getting trailed. No, you don't. They don't follow you like old school. Dude, the electronics and the technology now, they sit back and they can do everything. TVs, your OnStar in your car, your everything. You can activate your phones. and listen to everything going on your TV. Same thing. They can watch you through the camera on your things. Why you need to put tape on them, but then they can listen to your conversations. So anything you're talking in your house, you got a smart TV, you got any of this smart stuff, they're listening to everything. Your vehicles, same thing.
If they wanted to. I mean, you got to be exciting, interesting for them to want to.
No.
Right? You can't be just Joe Schmo.
Correct.
Like, no one cares about Joe Schmo. It's like you're an international kingpin drug dealer. Then all your shit's listened to and like
everything
monitored.
So here's another great thing that I want y'all to think about this one. What did Israel just do to the?
The pagers.
What about the phones after that?
Yeah.
So they did it to the pagers. What are you
talking about?
You didn't know? Are you living under a rock?
No, I just don't read the news.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't remember the exploding pagers and exploding phones?
No.
To like 2,000 Hamas?
No.
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
Let him explain.
So our government and them did leak something to them about being able to intercept. They intercepted their two-way walkie-talkies.
They bullshitted them. They said we intercepted your two-way walkie-talkies to
so
Hamas.
They all ran out to get pagers.
They freaked out. They ordered them from a Hungarian company. The shipment
came from us, that we already set up, that we had intel through CIA, knowing that they were going to do this.
And Israel intercepted the shipment, took it, put a fucking bomb in it, sealed it up, shipped it to Hamas to like 2,000 people.
They called from a certain number called, it blew all their legs.
All at the same time, simultaneous.
Yeah.
And it waited until like they actually picked up and looked at it this way, and then it blew up in their face.
There's videos everywhere of this happening.
Simultaneous.
So 2,000 people got taken out in one go.
Yes,
like their nuts, their ears, their
everything.
Blind. Yeah.
Damn.
How are you living under a rock?
Listen. And then they did it with phones. The things they can do, and they showed the world right there.
That they can do what they want.
They can do what you want. So I don't know if you just heard about the technology of something to do with the jets or something, some of our jets. The bomber. How long was it? The B-2 bomber. How long was that thing in hiding? What, 40 years it was? So it was hidden for 40 years. So you're going to try to tell me that we're not 40 years, 60 years in advance?
No, we got the technology. I think Snowden did a lot. He really let the cat out of the bag.
He did. And you know what's sad about it is people to this day are going to sit here and tell you that they don't believe it. They still don't want to believe it. And this dude showed you the evidence, hacked it, did it. Why did they go to the extent of punishing this dude the way they did? Because he let the cat out of the bag. People to this day still argue with me on social media, on my TikTok posts, like, oh, that can't happen, this and that. And then you have people come in and are like, yeah, it happened to me. Like, I don't know what rock you're living under, but if you want to keep believing that shit, keep doing what you're doing, they're going to get you. At the end of the day,
if they want you,
you can try anything you want. If 90% of cases are started because somebody cooperated, they have access to you. That's what people don't want to understand at the end of the day. If I decide that I got in trouble or that I'm just jealous and I'm mad at you because you did something, whatever, and I called the feds up or get in trouble and say, I'm ready to cooperate.
Will the feds actually take that seriously and listen to you?
You goddamn right they do.
Because don't they get a whole bunch of like weirdos calling them and just making shit up too?
You have to prove so much.
Oh, okay.
You have to show them. And once you show them, like, okay, well, they already know so much. They can tell if you're bullshitting right away. These people go to school. They give class after class.
People think they can outsmart them.
You can't. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. They got a playbook like no other. They outsmart you. Everything comes out of their mouth is lies. They're just testing you. They'll never, ever tell you the truth.
You mean they have all the answers? They're just questioning you to see how much you're lying?
I wouldn't say that to an extent. They don't always have all the answers. I would say they have all the answers because they understand the playbook. They just don't know. They can tell if you're lying, I think, but they don't know the answers as in like what you're up to, but they can tell if you're bullshitting. Like they're smart enough with their technology to know that, if that makes sense. It's weird. I can't explain it all the way. But if I come in there and I'm like, hey, like, yeah, I know these guys are doing something really big. And they're like, okay, well, tell us. And then you start saying some outline. They're going to be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. It's not how it works.
And it is a crime to lie to a federal officer, right?
Yeah.
Bro, you lie to them, they can open up a whole other can of worms.
Mm-hmm. I watch people cooperate and get more time.
Wow.
Because they dug a bigger hole.
Yeah.
And they lied in the process.
Yeah. So the Flores twins. Flores twins out of Chicago that took El Chapo down, that actually recorded them, the two twins that were 19 years old out of Chicago. They had the 21 Lamborghinis.
I don't
Nope, haven't narrowed
they were cooperating. They knew they were on the America's Most Wanted, that they were going to go down and everything else. So they contacted FBI. They ran to Mexico and hid. And I want to say El Chapo was trying to take them out. So they started cooperating. They thought they were going to be smart enough to make some drug shipments while they're cooperating because they needed to make some money because they had it, they lost all their money. So once the government allowed them to make the shipments, allowed them to do everything, when it comes sentencing time, they're like, oh, by the way, we would probably give you a couple years, but since you want to move that 500 kilos of cocaine, we're going to give you 13 years now. I mean, if you think you're smart and you're going to outsmart them, I'm here to tell you it doesn't happen.
Sure, a lot of your roommates thought they could outsmart them.
Yeah. We can all outsmart them to a certain point. No matter what you do illegally, this is what I want everybody to understand, all these young people. No matter what you do, you have to be lucky every day. They only got to be lucky once. Just remember that. If you're going to play with fire, you always get burnt. You're never going to get away with it. Your days are numbered. So don't ever think like, oh, I'm going to be so smart, I'm going to get away. There's no such criminal that does. The only ones that get away with is the ones that they play a game with, But, I mean, look at Epstein. Look at Barry Seals with the American Maid. All these people. Everybody that's worked with them or done some dirty stuff with them, played on the other side for them, they all get assassinated. They all get prisoned. They leave them out to dry. I mean, if you watch the story of Barry Seals after what he did for the CIA and how he did all that stuff and then how they exposed him on that wiring the plane up on Noriega and all them people. And then they put them, say, we're not going to give you no prison, but we're going to send you to this halfway house to do, or the same place to do a community service for like 3 months or whatever, knowing that them guys were going to find them there and kill them. It was just their way of killing them without them killing them. So if you ever think you're going to get away with it and you're going to be successful, you're not. It's short-lived. So the best thing to do, if you put that same amount of effort towards something legit, it's long-term, it's theirs, it's yours. You'll make more money in the long run doing something legit than you do short-term. And the reason why I say that is if you listen to anybody's story, they maybe get 2 to 5 year run and you're going to do 15, 20 years on a big case.
And you're going to have to chill your milk in the toilet.
That one's like stuck in your head.
Yeah, but you do the laundry. Dude, doing the laundry is worse.
I'm traumatized.
The fucked up part is your laundry was cleaner doing it in the toilet.
Yes.
I'm traumatized from that.
So I would get these clothes.
I can't have cold milk anymore.
So I'm going to explain this.
I want you to know this, Jason. For the rest of my life, I'm never
We're
going to
go
have
to dinner after this. I'm going to order milk and cookies just to fuck
cold
with
milk. Every time I sip cold milk, I'm going to just remember the story.
I still tear that cold milk up.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I love it.
Damn.
So,
and I love milk.
So if you put milk in like the toilet, the water's about that deep, so it was like perfect where your milks would like they were heavy enough to like sit. Is it a glass
jug of milk or plastic?
No, it's a little the little cartons.
Oh my god, it's carton?
Yeah, it's cartons.
But they're wax coated. You're fine.
Yeah.
And then when you pour it, doesn't like some of the water drip in with the milk?
Yeah, you rinse it off in your sink and dry it.
God.
Listen, you do what you got to do in there.
I know. But like, I
got to make things happen.
If you're there for like a couple months, then cool, you don't need milk. But when you're doing years, you need to
starve. Dude, you starve in there. They only
really?
feed, you don't get no commissary in the shoe or nothing. They give you very little food. It's cold.
You're a big boy.
Yeah.
How do you get your calories?
You don't. You come out looking like a crackhead. You lose weight in the shoe. Like literally you sleep all day, you lay in your bed, don't do nothing. You eat everything they give you and you come out 15, 20 pounds lighter.
Damn.
You look like a crackhead. Yeah, it's bad. Real bad.
Well, I am exhausted from our 4 hours of
Where can people find you, Jason?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. TikTok is 8upJ.
How do you spell that?
8up. 8.
The number 8.
Oh, the number 8?
Yeah, 8up.
ED?
Yeah.
See, I have a saying. I have G'd up from the feet up.
Yeah,
when you like get dressed up.
I try to trademark it 8up. And back in the day.
Oh, is that like 8 ball up? Is that what it's from?
No, 7up has got it trademarked, but 8up. It's TikTok is 8up Jason, and then Instagram is 8upJ. So it's 8 letter or number 8. It's UPJAY on Instagram. 2 main ones that I push. My YouTube and stuff's just under my name. I don't really do much time on it, but I do a lot of posting stuff that I do. I tell a lot of stories about, how the feds work. How should I say it? I wouldn't say that I'm teaching to be a criminal. I'm just telling my story about how it works.
You taught me
like that.
not to be one.
Yeah.
That milk was my thing.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you, Jason.
Not a
Appreciate
problem.
you coming on, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.